Hello, we're going to talk about sabotage and procrastination today. So this can have to do with anything. You might want to start eating healthier. You have some weight problems, which obviously women do in menopause, right? When they start hitting that weight where you can't lose it, nothing works. What used to work doesn't work anymore. And then also the procrastination. You say you're going to do something, you keep planning to do something, could be exercise, which is a really big one for everybody. But what happens is you keep putting it off, you keep procrastinating. And sabotage can also happen when you start something, you're doing really, really good, right? You're like, oh my God, I'm doing amazing. And then you're not even sure why, but bang, you go back to those old habits, behaviors, and you get so mad at yourself. You're like, why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep sabotaging myself? So those are the two things we're going to talk about in this video. Hello for those watching. If you're watching the replay, wherever you're watching from, on YouTube or on Facebook, make sure you say hello. Even if you're watching live, I want to see that you're here. And let's have a conversation. Let me know your experiences. Let me know something that you procrastinate with. How about, do you sabotage? Are you somebody who tends to sabotage yourself too? Let me know in the comments below. And it could be on again, off again. So what happens lots of times is women do really good when they get on, let's say, eating plan or exercise or both, right? Both. And you're doing really good. And then you sabotage, so you get out of it. Then you kind of get mad and disappointed in yourself. And then you start doing it well again. You're on again, right? And then you're off again. And see, what's happening there is you are being affected by outside circumstances, and well, you believe it's outside circumstances, but it's actually what's going on inside of you. And that's what I'm talking about in this video, because you are really the one who gets to control you. Sometimes outside circumstances are what they are, and we cannot manipulate or change those sometimes. So the trick is knowing, how can I deal with this within me? Because you are the common denominator. You are the one who procrastinates, and you are the one that is sabotaging. It's not coming from something outside of you. You know, a lot what I hear, just let them know in the group I'm live, is that, well, you know, life happened, or I was at a wedding, or I know now people can't go to those things, but before, right? Then I started eating all these other foods, and then I didn't exercise for a week, and so then it just got me off it, and you know, and I just didn't get back to it. Well, those are excuses and stories. And what we're going to talk about is how those are patterned into your brain. Okay? When you repeat the same actions, the same thoughts, the same feelings, the same everything over and over again. Hello, who's joining? Make sure you say hello in the comments. What's happening is that you are repeating these old stories, these old thoughts, these old beliefs, these old actions, habits that you've repeated for years, and you just keep cycling them. Because if you think it's outside circumstances causing you to stop, sabotage, procrastinate, and you're not looking within those old, it's like software. So your thoughts, mind, feeling, habits, old habits and stuff are like, baby, my dog's got something he's not supposed to have. What a great, stay away. The software that's running in the background is controlling your actions, the on again, off again, right? You're using outside circumstances that happen as your excuse because you're unaware of what's going on the inside. So we're going to talk about how can you be aware of what's going on in the inside, your thoughts, right? What's going on in your neural pathways, how your brain has been wired, and how you can begin to change that wiring to something different. So that's what I'm going to talk about here. Just letting them know. Don't see me. Okay. So I have a few books on now. There are lots of great, fantastic books. I am a mindset guru. If I could pick apart, I used to be a psychology major. If I could pick apart, like I'm always wanting to know, why do I do these things? What's going on? And same with when I gained weight in middle life, right? I'm like, what's going on in my body? Why am I gaining this weight? Why? What used to work doesn't work anymore. Why? That's me. I search for the answers. Because I don't just take outside circumstances telling me that I can't, right? It's like, no, I get to be in charge. I know it's a control thing. So in that one book I'm going to read from is Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, Dr. Joe Dispenza. I know this is backwards. I have a few books. Maybe I'll post them in the group. Another one is The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. And yeah, I'm going to read some excerpts from here. And we're going to talk about why you sabotage, why you procrastinate, what's going on in your head, right? What is going on? And I also took notes. So welcome. So your actions, habits, thoughts, and feelings have become repetitive. And that is what we talked about when I talked about your software that's running in the background. They are repetitive from past experiences. They were set up because of past experiences. So something happened in your childhood or whatever, sets of circumstances caused you to think a certain way, feel a certain thing, and behave in a certain way. And so whenever you're triggered again in any way, it sets that same, I call it a pattern of thoughts, feelings, beliefs, habits, actions in a big ball. They start to take over again. And automatically you're not even aware it's really happening because it's wired in your brain. Okay? So your brain forms connections, thoughts, feelings, actions. They all go together. Things that wire together. No, forget the saying. So they have formed like a rut in a road. When this happens, you get on a certain rut, right? The road, you're driving in a car. If anybody's been where there's lots of snow or mud, your car gets in those ruts. It drives easily in the ruts. You don't have to do much. Your car will stay in those ruts. If you try to get out of a rut, it's hard. And you slide back in really easily. So that's a great analogy for what's going on when you're repeating these patterns, habits of procrastination and sabotage. So you're being stuck in your rut. You're traveling down the same rut, unaware you need to get out of it. And those things just keep happening, okay? So your actions, habits, thoughts, feelings have become repetitive. You're in that rut. You repeat them over and over and over again. Your thinking becomes equal to your conditions. So because your conditions, as we blame our environment, are a certain way, then you think in a certain way. So let's say you've gained weight, right? So you've gained weight. You can't find a way to get rid of it. You're frustrated, right? You're feeling defeated. You may try different diets, different meal plans, different this. You sabotage yourself and nothing really seems to work. And you're totally confused, right? So your thinking and all these thoughts bring up feelings. And then you try to take some actions. And they're so attached to the feelings and the thought patterns. And then they build a belief, right? Oh, nothing works. I've tried this over and over again, but nothing works. So now you have a belief that nothing works. And so they're all wired together. I have this experience. I've gained weight. I feel terrible. I feel fat. I try this, I try that, I try all these things. They make me frustrated and angry and sad and depressed. Therefore, my belief is there's nothing I can do. It's helpless, it's hopeless. Do you see what I mean? So when you go to try to make changes, you first of all, you think and you're like, oh my God, that probably won't work. There is something new again. Here it is. I could try it, but you refer back to what's happened in the past. You're continually going to the past, right? You're reflecting and remembering. Oh, yeah, but I tried all those things before. Nothing's really worked. I can't seem to find it. If I don't have the answer, how, or you begin to lose trust in yourself, right? Like, well, I started many diets in the past, or I started this. I did well for a while, and then I sabotaged. And so you have this strong belief that that's going to keep repeating because that's the only thing you have to grab onto is a memory. You don't know what you're going to do in the future. So our mind doesn't tend to go into the future. It won't go into the future for answers. This is huge. Your mind won't go into the future for answers. Hi, Laura. It'll go to the past for memories. To rely on, oh, what happened in the past when I tried this? Failure, sabotage, procrastination, never did it, never worked. So how excited are you going to be to try something again? not that much. If you are constantly repeating that, right? If you're like allowing your mind to go back because you're unaware, it's natural for that to happen. That's the way we work. And my dog is shakes nonstop when I do a video. Sorry about that if you hear him. So that's what happens to people. So now we get to say, oh, have the awareness. Okay. Why I'm uncertain about this, or why I sabotage right now, or why I'm afraid I'm going to sabotage, is because I did it so much in the past. Believe it or not, it is because you've done it so many times before. Okay? Your mind doesn't know how to work through it yet. You haven't learned. If you don't have the awareness you are going through that problem, how can you learn to work through it? So in all my programs, we work through this, learning how to overcome the sabotage and the all and nothing and all that. It is always something that is in here. Okay? So, and when that happens, you've given up control of your destiny, right? Because you're always referring to the past, taking information from the past, you're bringing it into the future. You're kind of forecasting it. Well, whenever I tried this, this happens. So if I try it again, that's going to happen again. Okay? So you've given up control of your destiny, basically. Because you just continue to believe the same thing's going to happen. If you keep revisiting familiar thoughts, feelings, and you keep creating the same reality. Okay? That's what you keep doing. Now, we're going to talk about procrastination. So let me just see. Yeah, you need to change the way you think, act, feel. Your vision needs to be bigger, 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 bigger. So that's part of it too. Part of the book. We're going to just start to read some of these things in here because they're quite fascinating. When you read a book, what I find is when I read a book and I see the words, then I can connect and go, that's me. But it's very rare you're going to figure this thing out on your own. You're just not, right? Because you have been repeating it. It's you, who you are right now. It's part of your brain makeup, like your neural pathways. You don't really see what you're doing. Although you wake up with a thought to do something different, somehow you find yourself doing those same old things over and over again. That is what happens because the body is so used to anticipating, performing the same things that it automatically and mechanically does that. There is no awareness that it's not doing it. If you're just not trying to work on your mindset, right? So if you're not trying to figure out what's going on, your body just automatically does those same things that it always does. So that's why you continue to sabotage. That's why you procrastinate. Once you're avoiding something because you believe it's going to be painful or have a negative effect or take something away from you. Okay? So that's part of procrastination, which we will be talking about. So think about that. Yeah, so to have something like to say, okay, well, want to break the sabotage pattern, part of it, right? It is, again, working towards something, but having that future vision and noticing when yourself goes backwards into what if, this is too uncomfortable, I'm never going to do it, this is hopeless. Notice those things and stop yourself, right? Oh, no, I'm choosing something new this time. I feel myself going backwards or into those habits or patterns, but I'm going to choose something new this time. So it's that constant, you want to rewire your brain. When you're unaware, your brain hits the same ruts in the road, and it will drive on those ruts on the road and not get off because it's easy. It's hard to get off go off the rut because you fall back in over and over and over again. So it also takes that time to know you're going to fall back into that rut and to know when you're in the rut, and then again, try to get out of the rut, turn your wheel, take a different direction, which is thoughts, feelings, actions, all of that, right? So I'm going to make new thoughts, think a different thought. So if I'm thinking about the past, the times I did sabotage, I need to redirect my thought to, no, I'm not choosing that anymore. This time I'm choosing. I'm going to take that next step. I'm going to, so whatever it is, if we want to exercise, right? It means I'm packing my gym bag and I'm going to drive to the gym tomorrow. I know the gyms might be closed. I know, we're just going to go with this. All you say to yourself is, tomorrow I'm driving to the gym. You didn't say you're going to work out. You didn't say for how long. Tomorrow I'm driving to the gym. This is what I used to do. You get to the gym and you tell yourself, I'm getting out of the car. You get out of the car, you go into the gym. Then you tell yourself, change clothes. So it's one thing at a time without going back to the past. Oh my God, I don't want to do this. This is going to be painful. I don't have enough time to do this. Or not projecting way in the future if you're somebody who's scared of being seen and scared of exercising, right? Okay, there's a good one about, just gonna look here for a second. You'll never free yourself from the problems until you are free from the part within you that has the problems. So the sabotage thing is, we keep telling ourselves we sabotage. We still are living with the same beliefs, thoughts, behaviors, actions, feelings about the thing we're sabotaging. So when you're the same inside, it's just going to relive the same. So it's really about, so here it says what is this statement? You'll never free from the problems until you are free from the part within you that has the problems. You don't see it as a problem. You stop looking at the past. Change course. Why do you perceive that as something that doesn't work for you? And when you go to sabotage, it is either thinking like procrastination, that if I continue, it's going to cause me pain, or if I continue, it is taking away something from me. If I continue eating healthy, it is going to take away my time with my friends when we go out and we're able to have wine and eat fries or deep fried foods, whatever, right? In your head, you're like, oh God, I can't continue like this because it's taken away from something. Or if you're somebody who likes to watch TV in the evening or Netflix, but you get home from work and you have to make a healthy meal, then you have to prepare your lunch for the next day and you're like, oh my God. You're seeing it as, instead of, oh good, I'm preparing a healthy meal, this is going to be fantastic. You're seeing it as making that healthy meal is taking away my time in the evening. It's taking away time for me to do something I love, which is sitting watching Netflix, reading a book, whatever, right? So what is it taking away from you? What do you feel how do you feel it's going to be when you do it or continue to do it? It's probably pain. I don't want to go through that. I don't want to continue with this because there's pain involved. Or it's going to take something away that I love and I'm not ready to let go of that. And that's a way for a huge thing of why people don't start exercise or start eating healthy. I talk to so many women and what they say about like, well, when I ask them, what do you fear? Like, what do you kind of hesitant about it? And they're like, well, then I'm going to have to give up bread, or I'm going to have to give up wine, or I won't be able to have coffee. And I'm like, well, I never said that once. You believe you'll have to be perfect 100% of the time. You do not have to be perfect 100% of the time. That is not what living life is. That's your interpretation of health, healthy eating. So what you could do, a great little thing is, whatever your sabotage, whatever you think is hard, what you want to do is, so let's say it's healthy eating, consistently healthy eating. Healthy eating consistently equals blank. And then all the thoughts, the limiting thoughts that come to your mind. Healthy eating equals boredom. Healthy eating equals no fun. Healthy eating equals takes way too much time. Healthy eating equals frustration. Healthy eating equals boring food, right? So, well,
consistently equals, oopsie, and then bang, 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 and you want to write out all the negative things that come up
for you. So you want to see, and this is why you avoid it. Same with procrastination. That's why you avoid it. It's because you believe it's going to be something painful, that it's going to take away something. Healthy eating consistently equals hours in the kitchen. Well, then you're not going to do it probably, right? Healthy eating consistently equals not going out for dinner with friends. Healthy eating consistently equals never having chocolate again. Healthy eating consistently equals eating boring foods all the time. Being starving, being deprived, feeling hungry, right? So then you see all those negative beliefs and thoughts that are in your head. That is why you procrastinate and you sabotage, because you think of it in that way. And so once you write out all the negative, then you would say to yourself, this is from a coach I follow, I'm now willing to believe. So you write out, I am now willing to believe. And then you go again, healthy eating consistently equals positive. And I just write I just go equals this, equals that, equals that. All the positive things. Because you know there's positive benefits. You're just not, you don't have those in mind. When you sabotage, believe me, your positive vision of the future is not what's taking over. Your negative talk is, or your old hat. Something's pulling you backwards, right? So something pulls you back when you sabotage, and when you procrastinate, something stops you from doing what you want to do. So those are the things you want to look at. Absolutely. Is what is stopping you, what's pulling you back. Yeah, here's what he says here is you can't deal with a situation if you're getting anxious, scared, or angry about it. The first problem you have to deal with is your own reaction. You will not be able to solve anything outside until you own how the situation affects you inside. You will realize that the real problem is there is something inside of you that can have a problem with almost anything. And that's exactly right. That's why it's not the situations outside of you or circumstances that are stopping you. It's you. So let me see. He says, this is from this book, The Untethered Soul, Michael Singer. But what he talks about is when people feel lonely, or they get really hurt when they broke, or they start a relationship and they like, oh my God, what if he doesn't like, you feel judged by other people and you're really affected when other people judge you. You feel really hurt. The problem is not that other people, not other people. It's that you already feel that about yourself. So you wouldn't accept it to be true if you didn't believe it about yourself, right? So if you think other people are judging you or thinking bad about you, whatever you think they're thinking, you think about yourself already, or you wouldn't feel that way, okay? So things like that, what is within us is what comes out of us, right? So it's what we fear and why we procrastinate and stuff. So it's not outside of yourself, and I can't stress that enough. So in my program, we're starting a 90-day program in the middle of February, and that is called Transform. And it is called Transformation, because it truly is about transforming not only your body with the foods, the exercise, it is about transforming your thought patterns, your habits, your behaviors, your actions, breaking the sabotage, stopping the all or nothing, on again, on, off again, really understanding why you do those things and working on little things like we just did. Here are some other things that'll help you see clearly what's been stopping you. Oh my God, that's why I've been doing those things over and over again. And release those, like kind of understand them, feel them, see them. You're not resisting them. Oh, the awareness brings them up and dissipates them kind of. And you choose, so you're rewiring your brain and you're consistently choosing a new path for yourself in the future. And then of course, you have a vision of what you desire in your future, a vision of how you want to look, how you want to be, how you want to feel, how you want to act. And you're kind of working towards that, right? It's like, I'm changing into this other person as I become this different part of me, because you're growing and learning. You're letting go of these things that have been holding you back with the awareness. and with these little tools, techniques, practices that I have you go through in the 3 months. So that it's like, wow, I'm transforming myself, not only on the outside, my body, and on the inside with healthy food and nourishing foods and stress reduction and bringing down your anxiety, helping you with your depression if you have, like anybody who has moments like that. Also inflammation, energy, sleeping better, losing the weight, detoxifying your body, really knowing what foods to do that, all, and bring your body back into better balance. That's what this 90-day program is truly about, right? Because you need to work on the body, mind, and soul, or spirit, all three of them, to better balance your body. And that comes with, our mind is so powerful. It controls our physiology. So our thoughts can affect our cells, right? Our thoughts and energy and feelings affect our cells. So when those are working against us, our body will be against us. But when we change it around and we begin to align or intention, when your actions are in alignment with your intentions, and your beliefs and thoughts are in alignment with your vision, with your intentions, and with your actions, everything works. But if something's not in alignment, there's a breakdown in the system, right? There's a breakdown in the system. Therefore, it can't work. You get a certain you get a certain place, and then you sabotage and it pulls you back because there's a broken link in the system. But when you fix the link, when you are aware of what link is broken, and that's what we'll work through in the 3 months in the Transform 90-day program, you will know what link is broken. And then that's the link you will be working on during this program through my guidance support. And we do a Zoom call once a week, which live video, you get to talk to me, we see each other, live video. And then there's a Facebook group where you guys will be posting your foods every day so that I can help you adjust this a little bit, move that around, try this. Of course, you get amazing recipes. Oh my God, so many recipes. You'll have a recipe book, believe me. And then handouts to help you prep and plan, and these stress reduction techniques, tools, and practices, as well as so many things on helping you transform that mindset. So oh my God, you can pull it all together. And the body, mind, and soul starts working together to bring your body back into better balance. And of course, you're eating foods that that fuel the glands that produce the hormones. So your hormones help to better balance that way. We're talking about cortisol, insulin, estrogen, progesterone, all of those things, right? And when cortisol is high, melatonin is low. And people don't realize that when it has to come with sleeping. So when you, like a lot of women say, I can't sleep, I don't get it. Ooh, there's a lot of things going on with that. So not just one pill. If you just take something for a symptom you're having, but you're unsure what is keeping that symptom going, right? Is it just the hormones? Is it the stress? Is it because of the weight that's causing other hormones being out of balance? Is it what I'm eating that's causing insulin problems, which can cause thyroid problems, all of these things, right? So there's such a loop that you yourself cannot figure out what's off. Where's the broken link, right? You just can't figure that out on your own. I can't figure my broken loop. That's why I have the coach. We can't see our own stuff because we're in it. We are repeating the same things over and over again. Our software is so in us, and we don't take time to really look at that software, right? Oh, I just saw. Anybody have a comment or question? Oh, where's my video? So I'm almost finished the page for the Transform program. If you want to know more about it, let me know. We can get on a call together, free of charge, no obligation. I do not push you into taking a program, believe me, because I don't want someone in my program who feels pushed. Let me tell you, you're just going to rebel, right? I want you to want to be there, to know it's for you, and to say, yes, I am ready to transform. right? I'm ready to change things in my life. And I can tell you right now, this is not a restrictive diet. This is not a cleanse diet. Yes, if someone in it wants to do a 2 or 3 juice cleanse or a 2 or 3 day smoothie, I will help you with that. But you do not have to. This program is about eating healthy in a way that's consistent for you in your rest of your life. Yes, it is the right foods for this phase of life to help your body lose the weight, to help your body detoxify, to help you have more energy. Foods that actually increase your energy, right? Clarity of mind, better focus. And it's more foods that decrease inflammation and boost your immune system. So those are the types of foods you will be eating, but they are delicious. And if you see anything I post in this group, and that doesn't mean you can't eat French fries every once in a while. No, I do. It's just about eating more of the good stuff and then knowing what foods lead to the good results you want, what foods actually take away, actually cause the weight gain, actually cause the inflammation, actually cause a lowered immune system, actually cause the blood sugar spikes, and something called insulin resistance and metabolic disorder, which can leave you gaining more weight and gaining more weight, and you can't lose it, and you can't lose it, and you can't lose it. And that leads to a whole lot of emotional problems, right? And also the foods you eat can cause how you feel, like physically feel. Depression, anxiety, brain fog, lethargy, and lead to a downward spiral in that too. Because your cells are not being fed the nutrients they require, and if your glands are not being fed the proper nutrients they require, then your hormones that are, your glands can't produce the hormones properly. And then if your glands can't produce the hormones properly, there's no way your body's going to come into better balance. That is just a fact. And so that's what most women are stuck in. I'm going to tell you right now, that's what you're stuck in. If you are like, no, it's just me, I just can't. That's the mindset stuff. Then what are you going to do to ever change that, right? Do you have 4 hours a day? I'm kidding. Maybe you could do it and read books upon books and analyze what's going on inside of you and begin to make changes. You could, but I know most women can't, right? And also for the foods, right? If you're not sure what foods or which way of eating you're doing that's not working for you, you can't change it. You can't change it. Having someone objective look at your life, a picture view of it, what you're eating on a daily basis, and things you're drinking too, how you got it laid out, even what your thought patterns are. I can tell that by the words you use, by the things you say, by how you respond to me. And then on our Zoom, I can tell by your energy within the live call and seeing your face. I can read that, right? And go, ooh, you say you're not super stressed, but you are super stressed. I can sense that. Or I can hear your language, your how you're talking, that's totally working against what you want. You're repeating old patterns and saying old thoughts and old belief systems that keep you in the old way. That's why you're not moving forward into what you say you want, right? Because it really is it's a process, and it's a step-by-step, and it's like just choosing to flow and go with the changes that you want to make, and releasing and letting go, and have the awareness of what's not working, and just recommitting to yourself every day, right? Like, here we go again. I'm choosing not to go through those old patterns again. Whoops. I feel myself going back. And I do this, you guys. We all do it. It's natural. You are human. You are human. You will go backwards, right? So the faster we get ourselves turned around, then, that's what happens. It's like when you fall on ice outside, right? As an adult, you fall, you get up really fast because you're like, oh my God, someone see? And you get right back up, right? That's what you want. You want to be like, oops, I've fallen off. Oh, I'm back up. Not telling yourself a bad story about it, not struggling, not sabotaging, not like what I want to say, putting yourself down, not going into a downward spiral and feeling depressed and beating yourself up and saying you're a loser. That's not true at all. You're human. You are human. If you think that I don't have ups and downs in eating, you're wrong, right? You may view other people as doing better or doing it perfect, so therefore you cannot match up, so why even try? That's absolutely not true. There is no perfect person who's perfect at everything. They may just appear it because to them that part of their life is easy. For me, healthy eating is absolutely easy. It is no problem at all. I love it. But I also love wine sometimes, ciders, French fries, right? I love those foods, potato chips, love them. But I don't fall into eating them all the time. So you're also going to develop in this 90-day program, you're definitely going to develop your vision why. It's got to be something greater, right? Bigger that you're working towards. And that is what we're going to cover too. You're going to really start to get to know yourself better. And that helps you, overcome things, right? Because who takes the time to do all this on a regular day-to-day basis? You don't. So you put yourself in a program, in a container where you have the support, the accountability, the structure, the process, the focus to work on you for 3 months. Do you think you're going to get results? Absolutely you will. And don't say when it finishes, I'm going to just go back to old habits and behaviors. You know why? Because you won't. Because you have gone through the mindset part of it. Other diet programs or food programs, or when they just deal with the food part of it, you're not dealing with restructuring up here. Therefore, you go backwards into old habits and behaviors because you haven't changed from the inside out. We will be changing you from the inside out. You won't think the same when you finish this program. So you won't do the same. Okay? All right, reach out to me, message me, Diana Marchand. You guys know where to find me. And we will set up a time to talk. No obligation, no cost for this phone call. You get to find out, is this really something I want to do? You can ask me more questions about it, and you can get some clarity on it. It is always your decision, not mine, whether you do the program or not. Right? Okay, I'm here for you. So much love to you guys. Have an absolutely amazing night. And post below, let me know what you tend to procrastinate about. Are you somebody who sabotages? And if you have any questions, let me hear them. Yes, it's a lot. And like I said, in the 3-month program, of course, you will go through it in small increments. Every week, you will be working on part of your mindset, okay? The food, you guys, is the absolute easiest part of it. I can guarantee it. The mindset is the hardest for people because they don't do it or they haven't practiced it on their own. And now you're like, oh my God, so much awareness. Oh my God, I'm really doing that. I'm really thinking that. Wow, I never knew. But it's also, once you start to make the changes happen fast. And when you gain the new awareness, you can't go backwards in your thoughts. You may go backwards in your actions, but your thoughts, you have more awareness. You jump back much faster. Much faster. All right, you are still welcome. Feel free to reach out me via Renee if you want to speak to me. And because I'm here for you guys, have an amazing evening. And I will be doing another video on the weekend. I'm going to let you know when that is, okay? And what the topic will be. So stay tuned for that. If you're not on my mailing list, make sure to go to dianamarchand.com. My website, there's a couple trainings there you can sign up for. They're free content, really good content. And also YouTube, Diana Marchand. I have almost 800 videos on YouTube. So lots to learn about. So much love to you guys. Bye-bye. Thank you for being here live and thank you for watching the replay. Make sure you guys say hello that you've watched the replay too. Bye-bye.